Good evening and welcome to the Whisky Lover Society with me, Cardhu. Tonight we are looking at the Cardhu Gold Reserve. It is a single malt from Scotland. It is from the Speyside region. It is matured in toasted oak, ex-American bourbon barrels. It is from the Cardhu distillery, bottled at 40% ABV. It is, of course, chill filtered and there is some color added. So this nice golden copper color that we see, a little bit of a caramel that was added, so a little bit of a fake. And no age statement, of course, and it is still within our budget, costing around 37 euros for a bottle. So, of course, this is still part of our budget series that I've been doing. During the video, I will add some links also in over here so that you can also go look at the other budget whiskies. So not going to make a long video of this one. I did try the 12-year-old and I did kind of enjoy it. I also put a link on that review in the description. So tonight, the Gold Reserve on the nose. Cheers. It is lovely. I also quite similar to the one, the 12-year-old. The similarities are definitely there. So lovely sweetness on the nose, a little bit of a caramel type of nose coming out, a little bit of a malt flavor coming out. So I get the vanillas, get a little bit of a spice on it as well. So a little bit of a clove type of spice. The apples are definitely there. The pear notes are there. The apple notes is more in towards a little bit of a cider note. So a nice hard cider, quite pleasant actually for me. A little bit of a toasted almonds also appearing. So the alcohol, 40% ABV. So not much on the nose. But of course, if you give it a little bit of an agitate, you do get that little alcohol hit coming out, a little bit of ethanol coming out. But it's not overly powerful. And definitely the caramel is definitely appearing after a little bit of time in the glass. So nose-wise, I do like it. It's just nice, pleasant, with the nice fruity flavors coming out. With a hint of that caramel. So on the taste, cheers. Now at the 40% ABV, it is a little bit disappointing. So a little bit thin. It also feels a little bit watered down for me. You definitely get the wood influence. There's quite a lot of wood that has been pulled from the oak barrels. So a little bit of a spicy, peppery note on the tongue. Quite wood forward, I think. So the oak is building up. Just make sure. There's definitely a lot of wood spices in it. A lot of oaky tannins. Quite bitter in the aftertaste as well. So as you know, I'm not a big fan of the oaky ones. The one that gives so much oak, not really my cup of tea. But I'm getting used to some of the oaky ones. But this one is quite oaky. Let me just give it one more try. Nice sweetness to it. The first time that I tried it, it wasn't, I didn't get so much of the sweetness. Today I get quite a lot more sweetness out of it. The bottle did oxidize also a little bit, so that could also be where I pick up the change. It did get better for me after a little bit of time in the bottle. Opening up, giving it a little bit of time to oxidize, did make a little bit of a difference. Still quite oaky. So if you like something that is a little bit sweet, and not overly sweet, but quite a lot of oaky tannins, I think this one is definitely for you. So on the finish, I think it starts off with a little bit of a sweetness, but something like a burnt caramel or burnt toffee note for me because of that little bitterness. So the caramel notes coming out as well. And it leaves me with a little bit of a bitter mouthfeel in the end that just lingers until it completely disappears. So, not a big fan of this. I do like the 12-year-old a little bit better than this one. I think it was a little bit more mellowed out, a little bit more mature for me. But I think there's a lot of people that will definitely like this one, especially at that bargain price at 37 euros. So that's me on this one. What do you think about the Cardhu series? Which one would you pick as the winner for you? Which was your go-to Cardhus in their core range? Score-wise, I am going to give it a 79 out of 100. And I think the only criticism I do have with this one is a little bit too oaky for me. But of course, that is just my preferences and taste profile. So thank you very much for watching. Please remember to subscribe, like or dislike. Leave a comment. What would you like to see me review as a budget dram in the future? Cheers.